change is not always this noticeable or this quick. Saga has certainly have unfavorable leaders before, evil ones even, depending on who you would ask. But money makes things move quick. And the new mayor has more than anyone within rocket distance. For the first few days, though, everyone who voted against just had a bad taste in their mouth, but kept going about their lives as usual. However, the construction of the first plate got greenlit and moved up, despite being controversial at best, downright detested at worst, at least on the south side of Articoria, where most of you spend most of your time. Sebastian, I would like to start with you. A meeting, well, not just you, a meeting with you and Marek and Winston all together. There is a recording device in the center of the table. Two, actually. One recording the conversation, of course, as per protocols, and one that plays an audio that I will send to us as a group. And I would love for us to listen together in sync, if you don't mind.
This is my favorite part of these sessions.
Yeah.
So we will do, let me know when you're ready, and I'll do a short countdown.
Ready.
3, 2, 1, play.
Thank you for joining us for this very special ASNC broadcast. A celebration today as the people known as the Ifrit of the planet Iram are welcomed into the galactic community at large. On the orbiting station Samay, built for the Ifrit for this express purpose, food and culture were shared amongst various dignitaries from as close as Saga to as far as Janen. Jor Atin, a representative of the planet Kavar, stated that the Ifrit are an inviting culture and familial in mindset. Their planet, Iram, is a mostly volcanic surface, littered with towns and valleys built into caldera and full of natural resources. Once the grand invitational is completed, Samay will be opened up to commercial and private travel, although the planet itself has a strict heat advisory. Stay tuned for more grand galactic news here on the Atomless Sea News Corporation.
Marek clicks off the recording. So, it's just a bit of promotion. We're trying to get this, travel up. It works both ways. We have great people coming to Saga. We want Saga, we want to make travel between our planets, really accessible and interesting. And I'm sure you understand it. We would just love if you could incorporate this somehow, just as like a little advert somewhere within the video.
This is like nothing to do with the film. You've seen the script. That's what you signed off on. This is, the only other planet is Nut Noir, and we've had to scale all that back to.
What does Marek's expression look like as Sebastian is talking?
Marek's expression is one that you've seen before, Winston, for sure. And it's the only one you ever see, Sebastian. He is, being very, very personable and warm appearing. He is going to try to placate as much as possible.
I think seeing the lack of reaction to Sebastian, I think I believe my client's intention with this uh, response is it will be difficult, but not impossible. We might need a little bit extra time if you can afford it to incorporate, this new information to the current timeline.
Oh, well, you know, Sebastian, I understand. This is, I get that. You're an artist, you need time to work. And, we are on a time crunch, but hell. I'll give you an extra week. You know what? 2 weeks. You've been so good and so collaborative and so understanding with this project. So I appreciate you. Don't even worry about it.
We can handle this, Sebastian.
Okay. We can figure it out. We can figure out how we can put that in.
God, a team player again, always. It's a joy to work with you. I can't wait. You know what? I hope after this you keep my number. We could greenlight so many other projects of yours in the future. We're gonna have a long relationship, you and I.
Merrick, if we could, if the meeting is over, if Sebastian and I might have the room.
Oh, yeah. I don't have another meeting in here for another 45. Go ahead. Take the space. I need a liquid lunch anyway. And he's gonna walk out and head down the hall.
Does he take any of the recording devices with him?
Nope.
Okay. I am going to motion to Sebastian, be quiet for a sec as I reach over and disable any recording device. Now that was a bunch of hooey.
It just doesn't. That doesn't make it. How are we supposed to? Are we supposed to fit it in the documentary section? Are we supposed to be putting it in the fiction area?
I might have a bit of an idea, and you can tell me to shove off if this does not seem feasible to you. But I believe we've been pushed in a certain direction with your film, and I do not agree with it at all. What would you say to using our beneficiaries' money and time to create 2 movies? One that they are asking for, and one that not only highlights the story of Saga, but also the future that Seta Unmentioned is pushing on to the people of Saga.
Why can't we just make the movie that I want to make, Winston?
I understand, Sebastian. It's been hard with all of the updates and the schedules and new deadlines, but they've paid for it. And there might be a reason for that. I'm not quite sure, but something doesn't feel right about all of this.
Well, yeah, they're asking me to peddle weird, their own agendas. That's what's weird about it. That's what they're doing. This isn't. Listen, if we start making another movie, they're gonna know that, and then we're gonna be. You're a lawyer. We're gonna be in loads of legal trouble. Like, I can't handle that.
Let me navigate all of the legal troubles here. I will help you make your movie, the one that you set out to tell. And I can do all the maneuver and make sure that you can use all of the money that has been given to you, the blank check, right? Let me handle all of that. I want to make sure that your artistic vision and the important story that we are telling here is preserved.
can you promise me that we're not going to get arrested?
We are not going to get arrested for anything that revolves around this. Now, running with Grist, maybe, but that's besides the point.
All right. Fuck it. Guerrilla filmmaking. We can do 2 films. That's fine. We can make whatever they want, and
All we need to
I'm
make
sure I have an earlier draft of my script.
all we need to make sure is that anything that we buy and purchase for the film that you want to make is also in turn used for the film that Seta Unmentioned wants you to make. So any equipment that you want to use needs to be used for both. If we're hiring actors or or voice actors or something to speak on behalf of Seta Unmentioned, they cannot be involved in anything with the film that you are trying to make.
Okay. Yeah, we can make that work. I can do that. All right. So you're saying that if we hire actors, they can't be used in both?
Nope.
All right. Maybe we could.
I believe this gives us a bit of an advantage because anyone who's involved in the film that Seta Unmentioned wants won't know anything about the film that we're making.
But my name is still on it. My
This
name is
true.
still. It's still gonna be in big bright lights when we give them what they want.
Unfortunately,
This
I don't see any
movie
way
is
around
how
that.
I was supposed to be remembered, but now I'm going to be remembered for theirs. Like, they know the pitch. I still have to tell my granddad's story, but it's going to be with Seta Unmentioned in the title.
I'm sorry about that. But we can't know for sure if this is how you'll be remembered. Let's say we make 2 really, really good movies, but one of them has your soul in it. And just hope that people in the future will realize who Sebastian really is. Now,
Yeah.
that's just me being romantic about the future and whatnot, but I really do believe you have a finger on the pulse of Saga. Let me help you.
I would really like it if you could.
Great. Now, for the recording, we need to, for the purposes of this, and I point over to the recording device, for them who would be listening, we need to come up with some sort of excuse or some sort of show, some sort of play that where we're actually talking about how to incorporate this commercial into your film. And I'm sure we can figure that out.
Yeah.
We do have about 40 minutes.
Just a few floors down in this megacorp building. I imagine that Apex, you are brought here with Switch, who led you. And right about at the tail end of those 45 minutes that Sebastian and Winston are having their meeting is when the regular 9-to-5s kind of clock out of this corporate building and go home. There's still a skeleton crew and some offices scattered around are still open. But it's a lot quieter, a lot emptier. and Switch kind of tugs on your cloak, leads you through the halls where the surveillance cameras aren't. Of course, it's a little bit easier for Switch, who's quite small, to scamp and slither about between those shadows and between those cameras. Hey, come on, it's this way.
You realize it's a little harder for me to move through the way you do, right?
Gee, yeah, you're right. We'll go.
Fine. Hold on.
And Apex goes into like a deep squat, and there's kind of like a cracking sound down his back a little bit, and he then leans onto like all fours, almost kind of like animalistic, trying to prowl.
Mm-hmm.
Let me double check, Kade.
Yeah, I am hearing that. Thanks, Connie.
Is that better?
Still hear the crackle.
I do still hear it. It did
Weird.
sound like an improvement, but
Let me switch something.
So I used to get this when I clicked record on Audacity. For some reason, it messed with the mic in a way that made it.
Audacity does mess recording levels sometimes.
it can also be if your phone is on your desk near your mic. That does it to Andre's computer all the time.
That's shocking. Is it still doing it?
It's still doing it.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Let me. Here, Dan. If you don't actually, if you switch to someone else,
Yeah,
I will locally mute myself. I'm gonna mess around with it.
got it. Okay. Just a quick question for Nym. When Grist is at work, does Nym follow around or does Nym stay local?
I think it fluctuates. It definitely depends on the day and what exactly Grist is doing. I feel like if Grist has like a job that they need to focus on a little bit more,
Mm-hmm.
Nem kind of occupies herself for the time being. So yeah, I would definitely be walking around if Grist needs to stay focused.
Okay. Well, I like that because I think on this particular day, the last time that we all met, your presence was brought a lot more attention to than you had previously had used to since you and Grist came to Saga. And surprisingly, possibly, that has not really been all that big a deal. In fact, there have been quite a few people around town who come to check up on you, say hi when they see you walking around the streets. Most notably, GMed and Kit from Comfort Cups as well as Bernie and Calico from the lodge. They like to come up and ask you how your day was. Occasionally ask if you need anything. Sometimes ask you a small favor even. And this afternoon, while Grist is still at work, probably towards the end of day, Kit will come out and she sort of looks a little bit more tired than usual, a little stressed. She's old in years, so it's not terribly unsurprising, but the last few weeks just seemed a little more tired. And as you walk past the shop, she sort of comes out, takes a seat on the bench, and waves you over.
Hello.
Hi. This is a big task to ask you, and I'm sorry, but do you have maybe an hour to spare?
Yes, I do.
Oh, that's nice. Um, well, it's just that we've got a delivery up across town, and well, I don't feel I have the energy to do it today.
I don't mind doing it for you if that's what you're asking.
That would be very, very nice of you. Very lovely. Um, it's been nice having you here. Of course, people up that way, they tend to tip usually, so keep it. That's obviously yours.
Okay.
And she hands you a bag of piping hot soups. And you hear just behind her inside the shop, which is still busy. Kit has it under control, it seems. But you can hear the television monitor inside the store kind of blaring with a couple of the adverts that we've already heard before going on cycle. And after a moment, as you're having this conversation, you hear Kit grab a clicker and turn it off and chuck it to the floor. And continue serving, continue doing business. And she hands you the bag and thanks you again and again. The address ticket on the bag is an office building in the city proper. It's where Grist works, surprisingly. You've been there, so you know it, at least.
Okay. So I think before I leave, I look at Kit one more time and are you feeling okay?
You know, I'm doing just fine. It's just a hard day's work and stress. People are so, people get scared. And
Scared of what, if you don't mind me asking?
change and the future, and well, that's just hard. And well, this is my town, and it's hard not to absorb all of that. The feeding people is like loving them, so, and they're hurting and it bounces back onto you.
I understand that. It kind of comes with loving something very deeply. So I understand, and I hope that things get easier for you.
Well, this helped quite a great deal already. And it's very nice to say it out loud anyway. So, thank you.
Of course. And, oh, were you going to say something? Sorry.
No, you go, please.
Okay. So yeah, after that, I'm going to turn around and walk out of the shop.
Okay. You head to your delivery point.
Mm-hmm.
Before Nym would arrive, Grist, I kind of want to give you the opportunity to say what job in the building you're doing today. I feel like you don't always do the same thing. I feel like
No.
you're doing like different odd jobs every time you go.
Yes, I think I'm painting this time. I think there's like a conference room or something that's getting redone with this like new sheen of paint, and each gallon probably is like 10 times the cost of my hourly wage. So
Yes.
I'm just sort of like up on a ladder because this is a real tall conference room, even for me. So I'm just sort of like moving the roller all the way up, all the way up.
Yes, yes. As you are rolling the paint and before Nym arrives at the building, before any of this, like just on like the cusp of closing time, as you can hear like some of the big overhead lighting like kind of shuts down each hall. There is a tall, lanky human gentleman who you've seen around here before, certainly. In a suit, he's well dressed, he's very well kept, and he walks by in kind of a huff. And instead of his usual corporate posture, has sort of a like slink to him. It looks like he is sneaking about and trying not to be seen. He walks past the room that you're painting in and doesn't notice you, but is looking nervous back and forth as he turns the corner quickly.
Can I help you, mister?
Stops and backtracks, looks in the window. Don't speak to me. And continues hobbling away.
It's after hours in this section of the building. You're not supposed to be here.
He pulls himself straight up. Look, I'm sorry. I do in fact work here, and I have some place to be at. I just was in a hurry. My apologies.
Grist gives this harried-looking asshole like a once-over as she's holding the paint roller, and I'm just gonna make some stuff up. And Grist says, "Unfortunately, sir, I'm under some pretty specific instructions to not let anyone through these areas. There's wet paint all over the place, and they're closing this area down early, and I mean, my ass is on the line if anyone treks through here."
His like facial expression turns to like a little bit of a panic. That's nice, and I appreciate you warning me and all. I'll who are you again?
I'm no one. I'm just a painter.
All right. And you said there's paint this way, wet paint.
Yes, I painted the walls in the hall that you're heading down. I painted the ceiling, parts of the floor. Weirdly enough, they wanted me to paint the floor.
I would like you to give me a diplomacy or bluff, depending on what you would like to do here.
I think it's a bluff. Grist is very suspicious of this man and what he's doing here. I don't think she actually painted the floors, but she did paint the walls and ceiling. Either way, it's a +0. So that's gonna be a sweet 5.
Okay. He like doesn't even come inside the room, just leans up against the glass, and as he gets closer, this is like a handsome, like young looking dude, but he's looking like pretty strained, like some visible signs of like stress and wear around the eyes, cracked lips, like very, very much more visible up close. And he leans against the door, says, "Look, if you just don't tell anyone, I won't go downstairs and ask them to fire you for yelling at employees of this office."
Understood, sir. And based on the direction he's headed, can I tell what like area of the building he's going to? Like what department?
Absolutely. He's headed towards the research and development wing.
Okay. And just because I've seen him around a few times, have I glimpsed his name? Like if he wears a tag or if people have addressed him in the hallway?
Yes, especially when he leans up close and you see it there. His name is Merrick.
Okay, then Grist will still carrying the roller, gets down from the ladder and approaches this dude by the door, by the glass, right? She actually, if the door's closed, like slides it open or opens it further.
Yes.
So she's kind of like towering a little bit over this guy. Like her head, I think, even bumps into the top part of the door frame, so she has to stoop a little to like get through and look down at this person. Of course. My apologies for getting in your way. Mind the wet floor. And she kind of flicks the paintbrush casually and tries to land a few specks on his suit.
It's gonna land. I just want you to make an attack roll to see how much paint. Like I want to see if he's like got a couple like specks or if he's just like covered.
Yeah,
in
you got
paint.
it. You got it.
I think that's a dexterity for sure.
I think that's a 15 if I'm doing my math right.
Okay. Absolutely fantastic. So you like flick this paintbrush. It's like a full paint roller. And so like there is just like across his like suit and tie and like a little bit up onto his chin is this like eggshell paint color. What color was it?
I think it's just like gold. Like whatever like
gold.
Like interior director is like gold walls, gold ceiling. Yes. Money. And it's like
money
real
and
actual
wealth.
Like molten gold. Yeah, money and wealth. Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Okay, gold, sparkly, glittery gentleman. But he just like tries and restrains the seed that you see want to like come out, and he backs away, nods, and heads the way he was headed.
And Mr. Merrick, mind the sign next time. And Grist taps like a sign that had been taped up with blue painter's tape that says wet paint on the side of the wall.
So he pulls away his hand, and his hand also like has gold paint on it. Yeah. And he like flicks it and continues on his way. As the day continues to dwindle, Apex, you are also in the building.
Is that better?
No.
Okay.
So sorry.
Let me do it while the Discord thing is live, because I'm pretty sure Discord. What about that?
It doesn't sound like it's
No.
different.
Let me see. This
Do you
better
have
is
I'm trying to
Wait, keep talking.
words,
Oh,
things,
yes.
stuff.
Oh,
Yeah. I think you fixed it.
Interesting.
we got you.
It's voice mod is doing something weird. I don't know. Voice mod and
mod.
Discord are not playing well.
They're
is
not
what it
playing well
was.
together. Okay.
Nope. Because it's not giving static on Audacity
Okay.
either. Because I can see that,
you heard
but
that.
they're just not playing well. So
Yeah.
I'm just
Okay.
gonna now fuck with it.
Okay.
I
Great.
will take what I get. He won't need this very long. The mask is gonna come off anyway.
Okay, fantastic. So your nimble friend Switch, the little field mouse Yosoki, is leading you through the shadowy halls of this building as most of the areas are going closed down at night. He knows how to get between the halls, just in the places where the surveillance cameras are off, and staying out of them as nimble as they are. Okay, right this way. I got it.
You know I'm too big for this normally, right?
Gee, sorry. I'm sorry. But this is the best way.
It's fine. I can make this work.
And Apex goes into a deep squat, and then you hear like a popping sound along like his back and spine, and then he goes into an almost like feral all fours, and then steam comes out through the teeth again.
Okay, that's better.
Whatever you say. Okay, and just hops along a little anxiously down a hall, kind of tumbling through. As you turn one corner into the research and development wing. This wing is almost fully shut down now. The lights are pretty much off in the halls, but there are some fluorescent lights coming from different rooms. There are rooms that are growing plant life. There are rooms that have laboratory equipment running around the clock. And as you turn just in time to see a sort of haggard-looking gentleman in a very nice suit come into one room on a glass door and slam it quickly behind him.
What does he look like?
Human, scruffy brown hair, tall, nice suit.
Is he covered in paint?
He's covered in he's covered in gold paint all over his face and one arm.
Have I met him before?
No, I don't think you have.
Okay.
I don't believe so.
Apex is gonna do that like kind of unnerving rise, like when a bear goes from all fours to like their hind legs.
Yeah.
So, what have you been working on here?
Me nothing. I don't work here. I just thought you might be interested in seeing this because it seems pretty fishy, and also, maybe also might be good for your research. Maybe you want it for yourself. I don't know.
You did a good job, Switch.
I'm gonna pat him on the head.
Thanks.
Let's see where this goes.
And there's almost like the steam comes out again, but it's that moment of like someone breathing out on an icy night, but they're panting because they're excited about something.
Mm-hmm.
And he kind of watches to see if the man does anything more suspicious than he would consider.
You go like up to that window so that you could see in.
100%.
So inside, there's like a botany lab. It looks like there are plants, and other tubes and things that have like liquid coming and funneling into these devices where they're then bubbling, going into other devices. There are computers making so many different measurements and noises at the same time. And then there is a freezer. And you see the gentleman like go back to the freezer, open it up. reach far into the back, and he grabs a vial, closes it, takes one more look. Do you make yourself not seen, or do you allow him to turn and see you when he checks his surroundings?
I don't want to have to kill someone, so I'm going to hide.
Okay. I would just I don't expect this to go badly, but I would love a athletics check too.
Hell yeah.
Or a stealth if you just want to like be kind of inconspicuous.
No, I like athletics better.
Yeah, okay.
That is a 31.
Okay. Yeah. So, he turns around, you dodge out of the way. He breathes a sigh of relief as you turn back. You see him knock the vial back, close it, stuffs it into an inside shirt pocket. And you see him just sort of brushes himself off, stands up tall. He looks better, brighter, and then he looks pissed. He looks down at this swath of paint on his hands and rubs some of it off his face. He's fuming, pacing. He takes out a phone.
Ooh. Okay, yeah, no, go ahead. Nope. Go ahead.
First picks it up, calls Winston. Winston, you and Sebastian have probably just left, maybe, when this call goes through.
Okay. If we're heading out of the offices, I'll pick it up and Sebastian, you go on ahead.
Sebastian is like fully jazzed now because now he has 2 films to make, and he's like, right, yeah, so we can do this, and then he's like, give me 1 second. Okay, yeah, sure, and then walks. Oh, then we could do that. Awesome.
I'll answer it. Hello.
Winston, I know that the artist is having a crisis, but can you please make sure that this goes off without a hitch? I need this to be perfect. I don't care what they want. I want it to be flawless. Okay? And we have a deadline. That 2-week extension I gave, it's going to be a 24-hour, okay? Right? We can do that, right?
Why, if I might ask? Sure, of course, but if I might ask, why is this so important to you?
Because it's important to the people who pay me, Winston. And those are the people who pay you.
I see. And you're not in any sort of danger? Blink twice.
I don't know what has gotten into you, Winston. You are making quite a bit of money with this company. Am I right?
Of course. I just want to make sure that we are both in the same level of understanding of each other. I'll make sure this happens.
Thank you. He hangs up.
I wait for Merrick to hang up. I close my phone, prick, and put the phone back into my pocket.
He's gonna turn to start to head out of the door.
I look at Switch and very quietly say, do you think he's going to be a problem?
I think he might be a problem. Already for...
Is it worth temporarily neutralizing him now?
Maybe temporarily, just so that we could get in there, because I feel like he's the kind of guy that pushes big red buttons and stuff.
Fun. And the normally kind of red eyes go yellow, Apex taps the back of his helmet, so then it starts dematerializing, and you see what looks to be a black and gray furred wolf's head with silver plating on the teeth, and his jaw like unhinges a little bit. And as the man is moving,
Yeah.
I actually want to use God, I have all these freaking abilities
You
that
sure
are
do.
a problem. I want to use, well, it's a reaction. I want to use Dazzling Outburst, so I'm going to spend 2 MP. And actually, you know what? Yeah. I'm gonna use Dazzling Outburst. So essentially, like, it is making a flashy display, and it dazzles enemies. And if things go worse, I'm essentially gonna try to blind him. But I'm going to, as he unhinges his jaw, he is shooting essentially an acidic spine from like the back of his throat, basically targeting this man. And as the spine is going with his movement, he's using the jet boosters in his legs to literally move like maybe seconds behind that spine. So that spine hits him and then Apex hits him because he is the apex predator and the hunt is on.
Okay. Is there a role to make this ability go off, or is it a thing that I have to roll to avoid?
Oh. Never mind, that can come later. I didn't actually do as much. The dazzling thing comes later if he continues to be a problem. So Apex is just flashy for fun. The spike is a 23 to hit though.
Okay. 23 to hit
Yeah.
is going to hit. You can go ahead and either roll, or if there's like a set damage on that, let me know.
That is 10 points of acid damage.
Okay. Great. Not great for our friend, but in the moments before this like spine attack occurs, you see him like see you, react weirdly quickly, almost as quick as you, like he could have avoided this, lifts an arm up that appears like to gather heat in his hand, and he turns, and as the spine hits him, he goes, "How did you learn how to do that?" and falls to the floor. He is conscious.
I knock him out.
Okay. Yep, he was vulnerable. That does happen. You are alone in this room.
I'm gonna sniff the air. Does it smell? Was there a scent to the thing that he took?
Yes. It is. It's got like the faintest and familiar scent of like a bunch of biological normal scents that you would sniff out in the world. They don't make sense together. They shouldn't go together. They don't smell like the right configuration.
Dope. Don't like that. I'm gonna tell Switch to find something to potentially tie this figure up, and I'm going to try to find whatever he took, and then we're going to leave.
Okay, you got you got it. And Switch will hop out of the room. Nym, I think that around now you'd arrive at the building. You're supposed to be delivering food. The lobby is so shiny. so crisp and clean, and sparkly and high tech. And there is a lady at a desk that is elevated so high up, who greets you with a big smile. Um, and hi, do you have an appointment? Which office are you going to?
I actually am supposed to be making a delivery from Comfort Cups.
Oh, of course, of course. And who are you delivering to? Do you know? Is it? Oh, sorry. Oh, is it for Merrick up on the 4th?
Sure, yeah.
And you look down, the receipt does say like Merrick, 4th floor at this address. It seems to
Uh,
match.
yes, yeah, yes. That's who I need to see.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no problem. Just go on up. Elevators to the right. And just come back on down. Oh, there's a little visitor's pass for you. It's going to come out of that machine. Just make sure you throw it out on your way out. We don't want to contribute to the litter of Saga. Saga has a real litter problem. So just we're going to throw out our passes on the way out, okay? Thank you for helping keep Saga green.
And before Nym walks away, they have a bit of a moment where the room kind of starts to get off kilter a little bit
Mm-hmm.
in their eyes. And she like puts a hand against the desk to kind of steady herself. And they breathe shallowly for a second. And then suddenly it passes. And she's like, sorry. What is the 4th floor, right?
Oh, yeah, 4th floor. If you need, I could just call him, come down, pick up his own food. That's okay.
No, it's okay. I can I can go up myself. Thank you. And before she even hears the response to that, they go towards the elevator to go up to the 4th floor.
A little automatic pass that says delivery comes out, and it's got a little sticker. You can put it on your whatever you're wearing. And you go and head on up. Heading up to the 4th floor, it's kind of dark up here. There weren't really any instructions on like which office
Yeah.
he's in. There's not like people walking around. It's pretty dead. But you hear a little bit of commotion, around one corner. Grist, I am curious. After this incident occurred, did you go back to work, or are you inclined to wander?
Well, you know what? I think it'd be more interesting if Grist tried to follow this dude.
Right.
So the paint was part to get back at him for being a dick, and also part to track him. Because I assume that he'll be like dribbling gold paint,
Yes.
kind of like a dog tracking through a house. So after Grist, she does, to her credit, finish up the wall that she was painting, but quite quickly, like, and then puts the roller down and decides to take an early dinner. So she does like poke her head out into the hallway and start following the paint marks.
Great. So as you follow along, and out, by the time that you turn that corner of that well-lit bright room, you see a nervous looking Isoki field mouse kind of hop out, panicking, and walks into a room across the hall, comes back with like a series of mechanical wires, and runs back into the room across the hall and chucks them at Apex.
Oh, hi, Switch.
Hey, just picking up some odd jobs, you know?
Grist's eye drifts from Switch to Apex, who's doing what Apex does in the lab area.
I have to switch that one over.
Apex. Hi.
He like looks at Switch and like gestures.
Hey!
Hello.
And then Grist's eyes fall down onto both of their chests, where there are no badges, I assume.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then
He's also
Grist...
got a wolf head.
Oh, you haven't put the helmet back on?
Nope.
Oh no! Okay, then I need to retcon my reaction.
Yeah.
I'm gonna reel that
Oh yeah,
back.
no, he's in the lab.
Okay, so in that case, Grist says, "Hi, Switch."
Hey!
Whoa. Hey, excuse me.
You excused. He flips the dude
Everyone
over
in
and
this-
makes sure it's there.
Everyone in this building is so rude. Excuse me? Hello?
You're the one with the not child.
What?
Ghost.
Apex? What happened? What happened to your head? It's not egg-shaped anymore. Where did the egg go?
That was a helmet.
But... and Grist's face, like, twists in confusion. But helmets go on your head.
Do you know what nanobots are?
I've heard of them before.
Small
They're
machines.
really small robots, right?
Yes. So if you have a nanobot helmet that then figures out how to create a spherical shape around not spherical objects, it does. And he like taps it to like have it cover and then like taps it again.
Oh.
Shut up. That was the
Wait, but...
man.
Yeah,
Like the man started
Grist-
breathing or something. Yep.
And then she notices him. She notices that he's like prone and unconscious. What?
Is yours?
No.
No.
It's not. It suits him right. What? Hold on. Wait, Apex, what are you doing here? Switch, what are you doing here?
Hey, you know, working.
Working. We are here to do research and development.
That's right. That's what the sign says.
It's what the sign says. And this figure is poisoning themselves. It's terrible.
Poisoning himself? Is that why they wanted to come down here? He was acting all shifty on the floor I was doing a paint job in, so I decided to follow him down here.
100% pretty sure I just saw him take a drug, get old grumpy about it, then make a phone call complaining about some, I don't know, creative art project or something. Who knows? And I was going to test his blood samples to see what is infecting him. I didn't. Hey, he's not dead.
Good. I didn't assume he was dead. I'm going to assume people who are prone next to you are dead now from now on, based on what you just said. Apex.
Oh, no. Say what you're going to say.
Apex, if you're here for research and development, what... Listen, ever since the plate project started going up, I've been hearing whispers of things that this company is doing that are, I don't know, bad? Like, really bad. All the workers are whispering about it. We're all on edge. So, can you tell me what's going on? Please?
He's gonna go grab one of the vials that the man took. I didn't get his name.
As you go back to that freezer, I think for me, Winston,
no.
you stayed a moment to have this conversation, but it's not long before you and Sebastian are heading out of this building. And Nym, you're heading in. Coming from either side out of the elevator and towards the elevator on either sides of this dark hallway. Sebastian and Winston as you head out, and Nym as you're heading in, walking and see each other in the middle and coming across this room in the center of the hall in which this scene has been playing out before you.
You go.
Yeah, I was just gonna have Sebastian be fully distracted. I'm like, okay, so if we're to make another film, even though it's gonna be this fucking corporate nonsense, it has to have a message and a theme. And I'm thinking, holy shit!
Oh, what? First of all, hello, Nym. Second of all, what is happening
Hello.
here?
Hi, hello. We can't be here, gang. This is not a good place for us.
Do you both happen to know a Mr. I think their name is Merrick, I believe.
And they're all where we are, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they came out into the hallway that
Yeah,
we're in?
that's what
Yeah.
I think.
Okay.
Sebastian has fully seen the events going on in the room and is staring.
aftermath, yeah.
Is staring in.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm gonna
Nym
pick
it-
him up
yeah.
and look at his chest. He has a name badge, right?
Yeah.
It's this one.
He holds up the limp body of Merrick,
Yeah.
covered in paint.
Who are you and what are you doing with Merrick?
I'm Wolf. And then he winks.
Is that you, Apex?
Fuck. I'm not good at this.
Okay.
Wait, what does fuck mean?
It's
Sex.
it's something you say when you're angry.
Oh.
Nym, what are you doing here?
And she kind of holds up the bags. I had a delivery for Merrick
Ooh.
from Comfort Cups.
Ooh, is that food?
Yes.
I will take that. With the man on his
Okay.
shoulder.
Okay.
Wait, it's almost
Are you gonna-
dinner
are you-
time.
is he
dinner enough
dead?
for-
Hold on one second. Is Merrick okay?
Well, the answers to these questions are different. No, he what? No, actually, no, they're the same. Well, yeah, they're the same. No. Ooh.
Okay.
It's a drink, right?
It's a soup. I do
Oh.
want to say that Merrick's soup order is disappointing. Like Merrick, like like
Mm-hmm.
like
Yeah.
Merrick orders like the plainest broth on the menu with like leave out the dumplings, like leave out the noodles, and like no
Just the
scallions.
broth?
It's like just broth,
Saltless chicken broth.
Is there
yeah,
That's what it
Oh.
is.
it's like hot broth.
Is there a mild like neurotoxin in this research lab? Probably.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna pour that in the soup, and then I'm gonna eat it.
Okay.
Wow.
Guys,
First
we
of all,
super can't be here. This is really bad for all of us. We will get arrested. I will get arrested, and I really can't.
Then why are you here? silly. You're the dumb one. I can go out the window.
we should probably get out of here. If
Hey, he
we
was doing
cannot
bad
leave
illegal
Meg-
things. I'll take him. That's fine.
I do not understand what your plans are with Merrick, but
Ooh,
we
test
cannot
his
leave
blood.
Merrick here.
I didn't. I intended to take him with me. We're on the same page.
You can, okay. Here's what I am proposing.
Hmm.
Apex, you go ahead and take Merrick out of here. Please be discreet, and as much as possible, everyone else go ahead, just follow me out of the building, and we will meet
Oh,
up.
man.
We will meet up at what was the lodge? Frick. It was something. It made me feel happy.
Hide and seek bear lodge.
Yes, we will meet at the hide and seek bear lodge.
Lawyer, bear, man, Winston. What's going on here? What are they researching and developing? What is this?
I have no idea.
Hey, you know what, storyteller? Would I have been able to figure out gauge any of that?
I
and
would
testing the
actually
stuff
love
over
for
time?
you to make me a life science roll, please.
Hell yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm making sure I'm asking questions about things that I'm sure I'm good at. You said life science?
Life science, if you are better at physical science, you can try that too. It'll just be a little bit different information.
It is a 22.
Okay.
Nice.
There are a couple of things that immediately tie together for you. It is the smell of the biometrics in this place, smelling like it is different biomes, like come together from different places, being meshed and experimented with. The gentleman having heat expelling from his hand is something that you don't see humans do. They are trying to expand biological potential.
Are they trying to be like me?
They are trying. But you've also noticed a very bad drawback in that what they are doing is leading to what Marek was experiencing when he walked through that door, which was a depletion, a hindrance.
Yeah.
He looks like he's deteriorating without it. But they're playing around with some big level stuff. It's very unstable.
Apex will just share that almost like verbatim in whatever way he could explain it. He'll also he'll showcase a little bit of like the unhinging the jaw and then like acid almost coming out of his mouth and then solidifying into like a small like spear or thorn that he shoots out.
Mm-hmm.
And then talks about there are ways to biologically change yourself, and it's something that I've learned how to do in independent study. It seems like they are also trying to recreate that themselves, but in a more flawed and temporary way, which isn't surprising because they are corporate flesh bags.
Is it dangerous?
Oh, absolutely.
You, Apex, might be the smartest person I've ever met.
True.
Based on what you've seen here, do you think they're gonna get it right?
No.
Like, really right?
No. To get it right, you would have to not be mass producing something. And to get it right, you're not going to gain money, you're going to spend money. They want to gain money.
This is just Crassus core all over again. And Grist is going to step forward, and unless someone like physically intervenes, she is going to begin smashing the lab, like physically destroying it. It's like 0 to 100. Like there was no hint of her being angry, and now she's just like methodically, not even like in an outburst, but like going from station to station and is going to start just like wrecking stuff.
Winston?
Nope. Grist, come on. We cannot get you involved in all of this. You are leaving so much evidence behind. We need to make sure that we are here without a trace. Do you understand me, Grist? As I'm trying to like
That's why I wear
paw
gloves.
grab your hands from smashing anything or like try and step and prevent you from kicking down anything.
Storyteller, is there a camera in this room?
So, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Grist, Winston tries to stop you. Do you allow him to stop you, or do you want to leave this to dice?
I'm not gonna let him,
Okay.
with my will, stop me. I will attempt to get out from his
Just wanted
grasp.
to see if we wanted to roll for it, if you wanted to do.
I'm here for it. Yes.
So
Yeah.
I would like a reflex save from Grist, contested with Winston.
Okay, I'm also
Could it-
reflex saving.
Yes, and we're gonna do.
Could it be athletics? I feel like he's trying to bear hug me from like physically.
Okay. Athletics will work
Athletics for both, or just or
for
just
both.
Grist?
For both.
Okay.
Okay.
That's way better. You got an 18.
26.
Nice.
Winston, you're a little too calm.
Mm-hmm.
You're trying to be diplomatic, but it's past diplomacy at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Grist, you destroy the place.
Yeah, I think it's like I said, it's not even like she's mad or like rah, like there's you notice she moves with intention, kind
quiet
of
period.
like a bulldozer, just moving toward a wreck of a building. Like what's about to happen,
Yeah.
but like the bulldozer isn't screaming. You know what I mean? And yeah, as you like move forward to try to restrain her, I think she just kind of like move, like she's like an unstoppable force. She just kind of like not even like angrily throwing you off, just moves through your grapple, your chokehold, and she moves toward the first station, like picks up these like titrating vials, these petri dishes, like this like beautiful sort of like glass roller coaster of tubes and vials. She just picks it up and turns and smashes it onto the ground and moves again, like counter to counter, just smashing stuff onto the ground, like throwing it against the wall, smashing them against each other. And as she does, especially as she like breaks out of your grasp, Winston, Grist says, no, this can't happen again. We all know what will happen if it happens again, and there wasn't time, I didn't know, I can't, but now there is, and I can, so I will. And these words are just kind of tumbling out of her like sand through the bottom of a broken sieve as she's just like smashing things methodically.
I think during that whole time it's just Wizard. Please see reason. No, you can't break that. That's
Smash!
no.
Crash!
There's no need to bite,
Break!
Grist. Please. All right, fine.
Bubble.
Fine.
Crack.
I can't wait to edit that part of the podcast. So
Fine. Okay. Fine. And then that's when you say like your little bit there. I tried. I tried my best. We're gonna have to clean this up some other way. I straightened my jacket, my tie.
As this all is happening, Nym, several things occur as Grist starts and smashes the very first thing. The first smash is accompanied by an alarm trigger that starts to go off. And as soon as it does, for you, Nym, time slows way down. And you see Grist actualize in this way. And you see Grist recognize the patterns. And you hear the sirens. And the patterns start to click for you. And there's a saying that people on Saga have said to you a couple of times now, that a weight has been lifted. But they always say it like a relief. But a weight has been lifted. And again, this sort of siren that's going off, the reds and blues and whites that are flickering in the halls in slow motion as you see Grist continue and smash. You see like this slow movement of these glittering, sparkling, swirling energies lift from your shoulders and literally dissipate away. And then, as Winston gives up and Grist smashes the last vial, and I imagine Sebastian is having a panic attack, the lights and the sirens speed up into their full actual sound. The time is moving normal again. And you are here in the moment with everybody else.
Okay, I guess I'm gonna kind of leave this up to you, but do I know what's going on? Like
Yes.
what this, okay,
Yes.
okay.
It's like without having to have learned it, you're remembering along with Grist. Like you're recognizing the pattern. You're seeing exactly what's going on here. You're seeing like why Grist is panicking makes sense to you. It's all clicking.
And as far as the dissipating and whatnot, do
Yes.
I understand what that is specifically?
I think that it at this point, this you felt it earlier, it's
Mm-hmm.
starting to become clearer.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So I think after everything kind of like gets back into real time, Nym is gonna beeline straight to Grist, and they're gonna look up at them and be like, "Are you okay?"
No. Nym. I've never been okay. But that doesn't mean I can't keep living.
Here, take my hand.
And Grist looks down almost shyly and reaches out like a big, calloused hand crisscrossed with those charcoal black scars and locks her fingers in yours.
And I think there's like, even though Nym doesn't really show that much emotion, I think what she loves about holding Grist's hand is the roughness of it. It just brings like a certain comfort. And so she kind of squeezes it a little bit. And they're like, "You have come so far, and you need to remember that."
Nym, what's the point of how far we come if the same thing just happens wherever we go?
I'm not going to say that each time makes you stronger. But you keep finding reasons to move forward, and you keep finding reasons to keep going, and that means it's worth something, right?
Right. Right. I've got my reason right here. And she squeezes your hand and takes a deep breath. When it comes out, I think you can hear her heartbeat, which had been thrumming in the air, pulsing to a frenetic drum beat similar to the sirens, begin to sort of slow down and equilibrize. Yeah.
And Nym takes a moment, and she kind of like she had a moment earlier at the front desk, she kind of shakes her head a bit and takes a breath. We should probably get out of here.
Right. And it's like as if on your word, Grist starts noticing the sirens and the flashing lights for the first time, but then her eyes flick back down to you, eyebrows knot for half a second. Are you okay?
Mhm.
Okay. Right. Okay, I'm done. I can go now.
Switch has been tugging on Apex's cloak for like the last
Yeah.
full minute. Like, okay.
Yeah. And so, is there a camera in here at all?
There is a camera.
Oh no.
The camera though is pointed and stuck at one corner, and you see that it has something lodged within it. Where you are is on the side where Merrick has been sneaking things out of the refrigerator. It looks like something has been lodged to keep the camera from doing its usual swivel path.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm gonna put helmet on, and then I'm gonna activate my signal jammer, and I'm actually going to leave it in the office so it stays going off while we're gone. I'm gonna put it in the fridge, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what are we doing with Merrick? Are we leaving him here?
I'm taking him.
You're taking him? Okay.
I'm taking him. I will literally go out the window with this man on my shoulder, and my suit, the armor that I'm wearing has built-in claws. I will climb down the wall.
Great. I'm just curious, Sebastian and Winston. How are you doing?
Do you need me to take you? I can drop him off on a roof and come back for you, and then
I believe I can talk my way out of this. I'm not so sure, Sebastian. If you're found leaving this scene, they might pull you into question, which I believe might be a bit disadvantageous to us. So, if you don't mind, Apex, taking Sebastian with you, you can do so covertly.
yeah, sure. How much do you weigh? Not much. Come here. And I'm gonna put you on the same arm.
Okay.
Here you go. And I hand Winston a pistol and don't look back. Wait, hold on. I turn off the safety. There you go.
I put it in my briefcase.
Okay.
I'm like a moth. I can glide, like fly. You don't necessarily need to like fully take me.
Oh, so just go up and then let you.
I can just slowly.
How fast have you ever gone in your life?
I mean, the train's pretty fast.
Just boost. Oh, you know what? The other arm is probably Switch. I wouldn't leave him. That's my buddy.
Oh yeah,
Switch has it. Switch is gone. Switch has got
cool,
the darting in and out of the shadows thing.
Yep.
Switch has a little tunnel system to go through. Switch is okay.
We're like that scene in E.T. where they're going over the moon, except it's like way too fast.
Yeah.
I think I would turn to Nym and for us three, I'm friends with the current security guards of this floor. I think we can convince them that this was just wrong place, wrong time. Maybe if we play it up like we heard that there's a noise going off down the hall, we should be fine.
Okay.
Just act like you belong here and be all confident. That's how I make it through every single day.
Is it bad? In hindsight, Gabe just wants to point out, is it bad that Sebastian did not come back down?
Sebastian's gonna float for a
No,
while.
I mean, like
no,
he
he's
didn't
in
come
the
back down
building.
in the building because he went in and up.
That's very true.
Oh yeah.
Hey, we'll get to that bridge if
We'll get
it
to
comes
that.
up.
For everybody who is walking out, Winston, you passed like a team of security guards who are running, and they're armed, but it's with like it's security. They're armed with like really tamed things, but they walk up to you and Winston.
Captain, there's some commotion going down the hall. We heard some crashing,
we
some
got
shouting.
it. Winston,
There's
get
like
out of
9
the building.
ninjas down there.
No, what? We're all right, we're going. And they run past. They don't even question you. They don't even nothing about you seems suspicious whatsoever to them. And they head on out. You're able to leave the building freely. As you get out of the building and away from the sirens and the chaos, it's just a little past dusk. It's beginning to get a little bit into the early evening.
Oh, and Grist takes off her staff name tag, and she opens up her leather vest and like puts it on top of the like dozen stacks that she has just pasted in the same place. She puts it on to prevent waste, and she puts her vest back on.
Excellent.
Okay, well, we do have some time. We should make our way over to the hide and seek lodge. Are you okay, Grist? There was a moment there where I fully believed that you were not going to be okay. Nym, are you fine too?
Okay.
I'm not okay. I haven't been okay for a very long time.
Well, here, I'm gonna give you a beef stick.
What?
Just something to chew on. It helps me sort my own thoughts, I find.
Grist takes it slowly and puts it in her mouth. And is there a wrapper?
Yes, there's a wrapper.
She like chews through the wrapper.
Great.
This tastes kind of good, but also a little bad.
That's how it's supposed to taste.
Winston, I didn't mean anything personal by breaking out of you.
Oh.
It had to be done.
I believe it could have been done in a much more efficient, quieter, more, covert way, but I understand. I think there was a great wrong that happened to you, and there's very few ways to make it right.
Not just to me, Winston. And whatever they're doing, if what Apex is saying holds any water, what they're doing doesn't just affect them either. Besides, none of those words you just said, covert, efficient, they don't exactly describe me.
That's quite fair. I'm sorry if I stood in your way. If standing in your way meant that I'm sorry if standing in your way sent the message that I don't feel for you or support you. I do. I just, there's going to be a lot of explaining to do once someone finds out.
No, I owe you an explanation, Winston. I owe all of you an explanation, I think. If you're okay with that. And Grist addresses that last part to Nym.
Do what you think is right.
It's not just me, Nym. It's you. It's all of you.
I'm okay with that.
Well, now I'm worried.
Well, I'm afraid you'll continue to be worried and maybe even more worried after we tell you, but that's just how it is. Oh, what's the phrase here? That's how the cookie crumbles?
Sure.
Yes.
It's been a long time since I've had a cookie, but...
Is that a thing? I thought it was just a phrase.
Yes, cookies are quite a delicacy. They're really hard to find. You need the right ingredients that we can't quite make anymore here on Saga.
Oh, I see. Well, the ingredients probably don't include dough. That's the only thing I really know anything about.
Wait, the ingredients don't include dough, or they do include dough?
Don't. She said they like kind of disappointedly, like dejectedly. Oh, they probably don't include dough.
I'm just like, this is a strange group.
I think it's fair to say that you're all able to make it to the lodge roughly around the same time, although you're coming from very different modes of travel.
Yeah.
It, as lovely and calm, Winston, you do know that the lodge does have a back entrance. You do know that there's extreme circumstances that would allow you to use it, so as not to disrupt Calico's,
Yeah.
business.
Here, we'll enter this way, and I'll explain everything to Calico if she comes by, and our presence is a surprise.
Understood.
When you walk into the back door, it is Calico who actually meets you there. Hi, dear. Come on in.
Hello. Yes. Thank you, and I do apologize for the unannounced use of this entrance.
Oh, don't be silly, but come on in right now.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And we're going to get you in, and you're going to go downstairs. Quick as thieves. Down into the basement. And I'll be down with some fresh linens and towels and everything. And just quick now.
Of course, Calico. Thank you so much. And I'm going to hurry down, tiptoe as much as a bear can.
Downstairs is quiet and empty. The monitor system, though, does have a news station playing. As you get down there, waiting for help to arrive, I would like to share with you one more audio, if you don't mind.
Yay.
I do not mind.
And we will have a little 3, 2, 1, and click play. And that'll be 3, 2, 1. Nope. I sent that to the wrong place. Don't.
I was gonna say.
Villain. I was panicking.
I was
like,
freaking
oh,
out.
Can we talk about how no one wanted to say anything to Dylan though
Yeah.
because we assumed we were wrong?
Yeah,
You're like,
100%.
There it is.
Here was me about to open and close Discord.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm ready.
3, 2, 1.
Are you tired of the same old cosmic viewpoint and lifeless man-made surroundings? Then we have an offer for you. We at Clear Cut Development and Construction are looking to fill jobs on sunny, tropical Ladoon for upcoming projects, catering to a wide variety of skills and backgrounds. Construction workers, mechanics, engineers, plumbers, loggers, excavators, and miners are all welcome to apply. We're also looking for veterans and soldiers for our scouting team who brave the untamed wilderness surrounding the established beachfront properties and work alongside our scientific team. Who knows? You might even be the first to discover a new species here on Adoon's rich landscape. All off-site personnel working for Clear Cut will be lodged at the Displaza Resort right alongside the lush, scenic coastline to play and relax. If you're looking to build a new paradise, contact us and begin your new idyllic life with Clear Cut Development and Construction. Call now.
That ad.
Okay, real brief pause. Andre sent the script of this to me earlier, but didn't say what it was for, and I fully thought he got hacked. Because it was just like, hey, are you looking for a new job? Because it was just like, are you looking for a new job? And I was like, I'm not. That's a weird thing for Andre to send me with no context and not follow up on it at all. So I was just like, I'll
That's
message him
funny.
later, just be like, hey, I thought you got hacked. Anyway, please continue. It all just came rushing back to me.
That ad plays as well as several of the others that you've already heard over the past several weeks. You have just a few minutes before Calico will return to you, if there's anything you wanted to do or say.
We are all in the same place. Is
Yeah.
that true? All of us?
I mentioned this to Winston on the way over, so I'll mention this to you now, Apex, and you, Sebastian. I feel I owe the three of you an explanation. It doesn't seem to be mere coincidence, happenstance, that we keep meeting under such interesting circumstances. So, there's something I want to share with all of you. As you all know, Nym and I aren't from Saga. We came here about 3 years ago. And the place we came here from was known as the Crassus Galaxy. I don't know if you've heard of it. There's a little constellation on the far fringes of this one's universe. But when it stood, it was beautiful. Millions of stars, hundreds of thousands of planets, and a corporation that ruled everything, Crassus Core. Not too dissimilar to what I'm seeing here with Seta Unmentioned. They did everything. They made everything. They were on the cutting edge of technology at the time, or so I thought. Everything I learned about them was through, well, the radio. I grew up on Grain 962. Little terraformed planet, nothing but grain. Grain for miles and miles and miles and miles, an entire planet of it, covered in this golden hair. I was a farmer, my ma was a farmer, my pa was a farmer, their ma's and pa's before them were farmers. We had some pigs, that was it. And then Crassus Core got too greedy. It got too big. The galaxy started to collapse under the weight of its own hubris, I guess. And when we tried to escape, well, that didn't go as planned. Nym and I are the only survivors that I know of. So when I see similar things happening here, rapid technological development that leaves normal people behind, lots of money, and very few hands, I get a little scared.
The whole time, I think Winston has been listening. It's just been slowly getting more and more like emotional and teary-eyed. And when you finish, I go, just, that's so sad. I'm so sorry. And then if you'll allow, go into a huge bear hug for both of you. Pull you both in, and just be like, you might your home might be gone, but you can find a place here on Saga. I will help you find it.
I do like this place. Like I said, it has a bunch of different things in one place. Cities and rivers and mountains. It's beautiful. And I like the people here. I like the soup at Comfort Cups, and I like this lodge, and I like the people I work with. I like the food we get to try and the new words I get to learn here. I like how everyone seems to have a dream. But I just don't want the same thing to happen here that happened back home.
I think you'll have a good future here, Grist.
You're saying that like you won't be a part of it.
I will be.
Well, that's enough about me. That's it. That's the context, the story, I guess.
Well, if you do not have to feel like you need to hide any part of yourself, nor are you obligated to share any part of yourself. But I am glad you decided to share and tell us. That way we can understand each other a little bit better.
Thank you, Winston. Never expected someone in a suit to be comforting me. Really, guys that looked like you back home were the ones that were responsible for everything collapsing.
That's fair. Actually, Sebastian, this would be this Grist sort of sentiment and story might be useful for your video, your film.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Yeah, we can't have the same thing happen again. And at least you three, pointing to Grist, Nym, and Apex. You can stop it happening here, and I can document it. And if people saw that people were fighting for this place, even if we fail, maybe people in the future will stop it from happening to them.
Okay.
Is there anything you need from us?
We could start with an interview. If you can tell your story, then no matter what happens, at least we have that.
Never told my story before to anyone. I didn't have to. I mean, obviously, Nym knew. It's the first time in 3 years I've spoken about it.
And
But I can...
And there is someone in the world, in the universe, who is just like you. And they're gonna hear their story be told from someone else. Someone that they can relate to. That they can find home in.
I'm just a farmer. I'm just a worker. I am
Farmers
not-
feed people.
Well, there's a lot of us. We're pretty dispensable. But
There's a lot of people that need feeding.
That's true. There's one thing that never seems to change. It's mouths and food. I appreciate the sentiment, Sebastian. I've never... Well, art has always been, I guess, as far away to me as technology and books and fancy learning stuff. So if you think this story, this art you're making can reach someone, can change something, then I'm in.
Yeah. I don't think it's even your story. It's your story, yes, but I think we're all here for different reasons, right? And we all have some reason to be alive. Could everyone tell their story in an interview for my movie? Okay, yeah, it was thought it would make a good artistic choice. No, that's fine.
It should
What
be
about-
about individuals.
Yeah.
If you pick select interviews, you're highlighting individuals, not the place you want to highlight. So some of them might be good, but if that's the focus, it's not very productive for research. It's sympathy, not drive. People, when they're sympathetic, care. People, when they're driven, move. Or something, I don't know. But you're not getting my face on that camera.
Why not? I think you have a nice face.
Oh, my face is beautiful. Thank you. I worked very hard on this.
But you made it?
But people know directly. Some people get. People recognizing my face can become inconvenient for me to do my job as a researcher and specialist. If people know my face, they know that I'm gonna come kill them. Bad.
Is that why you're here? You here to kill someone?
No. I would not have shown you all my face.
Then why are you here, Apex? If you're not gonna say it for the camera, I just want to know.
I pull out one of the vials that the dude took.
Yeah.
The unstable tech?
Mm-hmm. I want to know how they did it wrong.
Oh. I hope you figure that out. What are you gonna do when you find out?
Who knows?
Will you tell them how to do it right, so they don't hurt other people?
Mm.
Or are you gonna make sure no one gets to do this?
I don't like to make decisions before I have read the final chapter. So I might give them help to resolve it if I feel like they are on a path that is more towards the actual betterment of life, not just individuals. But also, I make no assumptions about what they're going to do. I don't think that people are innately good or bad. They make good or bad choices. The same experiment can go 7 times and nothing goes wrong. But the reason we experiment is because if that 8th time there's a variable, well, that's interesting.
Well,
Maybe.
I don't know about all that.
Maybe.
But all I see. It's just in my experience, the more money you have, the less trustworthy you become. I don't know what that says about being good or bad, though.
Well, isn't your experience from a place that no longer exists? Which, no offense, but Saga's intentionally different. If you keep your old perspective, you'll never see it differently. Look at these 2, I guess, technically, because you know them. Did you ever expect to be in a strange back room with strangers talking about your emotions? I sure as fuck didn't.
Yeah, I definitely didn't see this coming. That's for sure. I thought I'd die with the wheat, you know?
Nah.
Maybe you're right. Maybe the answers to the future aren't always in the past. Maybe they're right here, around us.
We got a decent sample size, don't we? What the hell was your name? And he puts his arm around Winston.
Yes, we do. And speaking of bad decisions,
You did not say your name at all.
Oh, I didn't. Sorry, my bad. Sorry. Wind back, Winston. And that was speaking of bad decisions. Where did we put Merrick?
Oh, I forgot he was here.
Me too. Probably in the corner.
Groaning and starts to sit up. What the?
Should we knock him out again?
No. Please let me talk to Merrick. We are associates of sorts.
Are you sleeping
Okay.
together?
No,
What?
Oh, you said
Really?
it weird. I don't know.
You can do
definitely
better
not
than
my
that,
type.
Winston.
No, thank you very much.
Well, yeah, you're
And-
good with words and stuff. You go do the thing.
I'll saunter on over, plod on over to Merrick as he's groaning and getting up. You don't look so good, Merrick.
Something hit me, took me out.
That would be my friend over there. Now, we found you in places of sorts you are not supposed to be.
I have access to the research and development wing. I'm good to be there.
Yes, you are good to be there, but you are not necessarily good to move the security camera and lock it in place so as you are not found doing illicit activities.
Okay. Winston, what is going on?
I'd like you to answer that. Illuminate for me what is going on here.
Is this about the movie guy?
No,
Are you upset with me that I am making him put a couple of ads in so that you and I
Absolutely
can
not.
get paid?
No, I am not mad about that. You are just doing your job as a simple cog in the machine.
Okay. Well, it seems oddly personal, but I can let that slide for now. It's not like there aren't people who know where I am and won't notice that I'm going missing. I have
Where are you?
people.
Do you know where you are?
Well, there's hot water pipes running through this place. And it smells like steam and lavender. Are we at a spa? Did you take me to a spa?
Yes, and this is your all expenses paid trip to the spa. In a moment, we're going to put hot coals on your back to relax you. Is that what you want to hear?
I'm sorry, are you threatening me or are you just trying to sound like you are?
Absolutely not. No, Merrick, there's something big going on here. I'm not quite sure I understand it, and I'm just here to ask you to help me understand.
Yeah. Okay. He's going to take a look to the right and see Apex there, Nym, and Grist, and Sebastian, who's not really scaring him, but is but the rest is putting together some very strange pieces. And he picks up a hand and like flexes a little bit, and you see that like what before looked Apex as though like a bright like heat was coming out, you see like just like the flickers of embers, and then they die almost immediately. And he sighs and says, okay, I don't know what you want me to say.
Well,
The
first of all,
mayor?
sorry, go ahead. You go ahead.
The mayor and Seta, they are doing big things for Saga. Saga's gonna be prime real estate for the rest of the galaxy. Saga's gonna be the place to do business, to thrive. It's gonna be the best place to make money. And your ticket is already bought, Winston. And like, I don't know, what if you want me to do it for the rest of you too? Like, I'm sure I could pull some strings. But when the plates go up, you've already got a place on the upper side.
You said my ticket's already bought. Who paid that price?
You did when you went to law school, Winston. You make big money on this planet. You do seedy things for seedy companies just like I do. I don't understand what the big problem is.
My problem is that I did not know I was buying this ticket. What about all the other people? What about the people that don't have a place on these planes? What's going to happen with them?
Well, nothing's gonna happen to them. They're just gonna,
Be left behind?
they're just gonna live under the plates. It's no big deal. It's just a couple of upper decks.
Okay, so if it's no big deal, is that someplace that you would want to be located and live?
No, that's why I got the high stress job that's killing me at a young age, man. I'm trying. I'm working my ass off so that I can afford to live in the nice building up there. Same as you.
As he talks about, no, I don't want to live, I'll glance over at Grist. Just kind of like with a knowing look.
Mm-hmm. You think the rest of everyone isn't? Climbing onto ladders every day, hands and knees scrubbing toilets, hauling trash that's 3 times my own body weight day in, day out, and I'm young enough. I'm healthy enough. What about the rest of everyone? What about Kit? She's so old, she can barely stand up by herself, and yet she's still serving soup to everyone. She loves it, yeah, she loves feeding everyone, but it's hard work. Everyone else works just as hard as you, maybe even harder. And what? They're gonna be stuck under the plates? In the shadow of your fancy condos?
Look, first of all, I don't know who the fuck Kit is. Is that a person here in this room? And second
Of course you don't. You don't know who she is, but she is the person that delivered your food today.
Oh, my soup! Fuck. Oh,
Bruh.
I'm so hungry.
Not the burp. The burp that tastes like nothing coming out.
I didn't plan this. This isn't, I just work for Seta. I'm just making my money. I didn't draft the plans. I didn't pitch the construction plan. I didn't pass the budget, and I didn't run for mayor. I am just a guy that does a job.
Someone who's just doing a job. Oh, sounds awfully defensive of you. We'll table that for now. What's going on with your hand there? As far as I know, your hand's not supposed to grow like that. When did that happen?
They're testing things out in research and development. I volunteered. It's just like, just testing out what we're all capable of. It's no big deal.
No big deal. Excuse me, my friend, and I'll look over at Apex. Is it no big deal?
No, it's a huge deal. You're literally evolving yourself in a biological way or in potentially non-biological ways. For example, it seems like they were isolating the way to combine it with your body biologically through more of a science focus. When, well, you won't remember this, but I'm shocked they didn't take more of an eldritch focus.
They're trying to do it scientifically so that it could be replicated and produced and sold.
And then I do that like an unhinged jaw and then like pouring acid mouth thing.
Look, I don't understand. Film guy, what is it that you want? You want me to say you can make your film however you want? You don't have to put the ads in? Is that? I don't want to die in, some podunk sauna.
What?
New band name. I call it Dibs.
The Sauna Saga.
No, you are helping me. You're helping me make my movie right now.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing. But-
No, like now. I was fucking. I had such a set idea, and then you told me to make something else, and now I fucking know that I don't need I don't need your money. I just need the people that care.
Okay, fine. You don't have to work with me anymore. You make your movie however you want. We'll find someone else. Someone else wants to make money.
Now, there's no shortage of people to take advantage of. We've seen it all happen before. I mean, you yourself are being taken advantage of. You can't quite seem to see it. My friend, and I'll look over at Apex. You seem very, very adept with chemicals and whatnot. Is there any way to make my friend Merrick here forget this ever happened?
Absolutely. And like, do we know of Merrick's involvement with like the plates or anything like that? Have we discussed any of that technically?
No, but I would say I would love Apex, Grist, Nym. Well, actually, I would love everyone to roll to see what you can determine about that. Culture would be, or sense motive, whichever you would prefer. I'll give you different things.
Hell yeah.
Cool. I will roll culture.
I got a 17 on sense motive.
Great.
I got an 18 on culture.
I got a 31 on culture.
Oh my god.
Yeah, 32 on culture.
Oh my god, that's an 18 on sense
I
motive.
literally can't do. Sebastian
my
can't do
God.
anything. Super juiced in like 3 things.
Yeah.
Culture is one of them.
What was the sense motive rolls? 18?
18.
17.
17. And the rest of you rolled culture?
Mhm.
For sense motive, both of you understand by just listening to him talk that he just wants to live a nice life and wants to be the best at his stupid job.
Yeah.
That's what he wants. He wants to be rich and happy and successful. What were I heard a 30 something for culture on Sebastian.
31.
31.
32.
32. And Nym?
An 18.
An 18. So for Sebastian and Winston, this guy, he is, as I believe Apex or Winston said, I forgot who said it, he is a cog in the machine. He's got a job and he's got a part to play, and his part is delegating jobs that someone else is going to yell at him to do to underpaid filmmakers and the like. He is not in charge of anything. He is just a middleman, essentially.
I'm curious. What do you know about any grand scale plan? And then he like gets real close. I know you know about construction. You're too weaselly not. You might not know much though. Where would they keep information like that?
You being up in his face, and correct me if I'm wrong, but you still don't have the mask on, correct?
Correct. I want
Okay.
him to know that I could eat him.
Okay, great. That's coming across. And he kind of squirms into himself in the corner and says, look, the CEO and the mayor, they have a conference room. They talk about everything there. They keep everything there, and I mean, it's in the building. We were just there. I unless you blew it up. You didn't blow it up, right?
Not yet.
Well, anyway, it's all there. I just work for them. That's it.
So, Marcus, you're gonna do me a favor. I'm going to make you a nice cocktail, and you're going to willingly drink it, and you're going to wake up and forget enough and feel like you just had a wicked hangover. And then you're going to wake up and go back to your job to be the best grime on the wall you can. How does that sound?
Fine.
Yes, it does. And I boop his nose with like one of the claws in my glove.
Okay.
Yeah.
He drinks the concoction you make for him.
Yep.
You are checked on periodically by the keepers of this lodge, and a weird quiet before the storm feeling is ever present within just this basement, as the rest of the city and town don't really think much of it this night. Nothing major has happened. And that's where we'll end this session of Saga. Can I have everybody tell the audience who you are and where to find you? I will start with Matthew.
Me?
Yes.
Hello, beautiful wonderful people. Thank you so much for coming along. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for listening to Saga, this Atomless prequel. My name is Matt, Captain Krail, on everything. If you go onto a social media or an app of some type and you type in Captain Krail, if I'm on it, I will turn up, because I'm not that on anything else. The main thing I do is I edit the Atomless, the main show, the Atomless, and I also GM it. I think that's also an important thing to say that I do.
Yes.
Which can be found on any podcast. If you go on to, if you're been listening to this, like, ooh, I wonder what happens, like way in the future of this show, then if you go onto any podcast app, you type in the Atomless, you'll find it. Okay.
You did so good. Absolutely incredible. Kappa Christian.
Hello, everyone. My name is Kappa. Christian is okay and encouraged too. You can find me on Twitter and Hive at the Kappa Chris. A couple of the things that I'm on, I'll just highlight two things. 2B Movie Podcast. It's a podcast that I do with Brandy Rose where we watch B movies and react to and play bingo and dissect them through the lens of marginalized identities, because we don't have enough of that in the movie podcast space. And I'm also going to be a writer on Tales from Seta Una, the next installment in this Seta Una series. I'm really excited. I'm writing an adventure, and I'm really excited and really proud of that. So look out for that. Check that out when it releases and stuff, because I'm deep in the writing right now and I'm really excited about it. But that's me.
Amazing. Bree.
Hi, my name is Bree, or Brito. You can find me all over the place at Brito_, except I changed it on Twitch finally. I got rid of that _, so it's just Brito on Twitch now. Yeah, I do like various TTRPG things when I can. I have a project coming up with Exquisite Corpse Presents, which I'm really excited about, and I am usually just chilling and hanging out. So yeah, follow me and stay tuned for more stuff to come.
And Gabe.
Hi, Gabe Hicks, Gabe Jam Games across the internet. I'm back working on a bunch of little projects for myself, like a couple campaigns and a podcast that I want to run, and I've written about 2/3 of 3 different mini campaigns that I'm planning to do. I'm also senior game designer at Steamforged, CEO and lead designer at Mythic Grove, and a hot boy on the internet. That's it.
Very true. All
Yeah.
things true. Confirmed. And Connie.
Hey, it's me, Connie. Pronouns they, he, she. You can find me across the internet at by Connie Chong. That's BYCONNIECHANG. What I'm not guessing here, I am the game master and creative producer for Transplanar RPG, which is an odd transgender POC-led dark fantasy D&D show set in an original non-colonial anti-Orientalist world. As of the release of this miniseries, I believe our first main campaign, The Second Stranger, is coming to a close, which means you've got like over 100 episodes of that good gay content to catch up on. I like to describe The Second Stranger as the L word, but a lot more diverse, meets the literal end of the world, plus apocalyptic horrors beyond your imagination. So if that's your jam, you should check us out. Wherever you pod your casts. We stream Saturdays at 8 p.m. US Eastern Time on Twitch at Transplanar RPG, and YouTube VODs drop like every week as well. So there's many ways to absorb our content, and of course, stay tuned for the summer of 2023 for the announcement and information about our second main campaign coming out soon. Details up in the air, sparkle. And with that, I'll pass the talking baton back to you, Dylan.
Hello, I'm Dylan, or Super Dylan, everywhere on the internet. You can find me playing Ig on the main cast of the Atomless, wherever you pod your casts. And you can find me everywhere on the internet where I scream and no one comes to help. And that's at Super Dylan everywhere. And we will see you next time as we fly across the Atomless Sea. Bye.